You're a midlife woman. You have a successful business or corporate journey that you've been on, and each and every day you are getting further and further from the vision that you once had for your purpose path and your journey. And you've discovered that you have done so much of your life possibly for other people, and in a way that just felt like checking boxes on like a multiple choice exam, versus really understanding where you see your life going and leaning into the changes that you might need to make in order to reconnect that idea of success and purpose together at the same time. And if you relate to any of this and some of the struggles in midlife of taking the time to move into a new vision and space, then hi, my name is Jen, the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness and Transformational Purpose Coach. What I do is work with brilliant midlife women who are super successful and have gotten to this space and don't feel like what they're doing is enough anymore. They need to change their vision. They need to change direction. They need to get really clear on why they're here doing what they're doing, and they just have lost sight of it. It isn't that it isn't there. They've lost vision for it. So what I do is help you get deep clarity around why you're here, what you're doing, where you want to go, what your purpose really is, and how you're going to help make use of that and harness this energy to move and lean into this next vision that you're going to create for your life and your legacy. So after doing so many years of psychotherapy with people, one of the things that I love talking about is vision, because this is a lot of what people have to lean into in their healing work, is having a vision of how something can be different for us, right? How can it be different? How can this journey that I'm on feel and look in a way that feels more in alignment for me and where I'm at this stage of my life? So this is what vision is about. I love this kind of work so much. It's one of my favorite pieces, and it's actually one of the favorite stages that I walk people through in my coaching journey. Is the last little bit of the steps that we're taking after doing your other work is revisioning. It's really looking forward and creating this beautiful plan to set yourself up for success in this next chapter. Today, we're going to talk about how to create a plan for your vision, right? So this is a step-by-step piece. So we're going to have 4 steps, and it literally outlines the word plan. So the first thing is you want to protect your time and energy. I cannot tell you many people dole out their time and energy like they've got an incessant amount. So one of the things you want to do is get very, very specific about having a form of blocking your time and observing and respecting the energy that you're putting into something so that you can be successful. So it might look like blocking some times, right? Having some accountability, have some friends or coach or someone that's going to support you in how do I block and show up to this journey to be as present and passionate and excited as I am successful in implementing it, right? So if I have all this great juice and energy and things that I want to do, I have to have a plan to back it up, right? Just a vision is just a dream until it's realized, which is implementation. So that's number 1. P is protect your time and energy. 2, L stands for laying out your structure. This is the how. You want to get really clear about how would I do this? So there's a lot of kind of deep work that you want to do when you're creating a vision for the steps you're going to take. And sometimes I think one of the best ways to do this is actually start at the end and work your way backwards rather than at the beginning. Because at the beginning, everything looks like a mountain. But if I look at my resolution first, and I'm like, these are the things that I want to create. This is the vision that I have. Now I want to take that all the way back from the grand vision, step that back, give myself a lot of space and grace, because Rome wasn't built in a day, right? There's a reason why this is a kitschy term that we all hear all the time, right? You're working in these beautiful, thoughtful, mindful steps in order to create and craft this vision that you've got in your heart. So we want to go back, lay out structure. So what are my steps I'm going to be taking? So the how, right? So that's number 2. 3 is A, stands for alignment check. We want to lean into making sure that this vision is feeling in alignment. So as you do this journey, it's very much like, how does that feel? If I'm going to collaborate here, how does that feel? If I'm going to create this thing, how does that feel? are these things in alignment moving into my vision? I just asked a question of this with one of my friends this week. I had this really grand idea and I sent it to her in a voice memo. I'm like, look, this is my thought. What do you think about this? Like, do you like this or this better? Am I squirreling away from my midlife purpose and these things? And she's like, no, I think they actually mesh. So we had this really powerful conversation where I leaned in. So alignment check, and also, by the way, accountability. I'm going to actually add an A right on the fly for you. So alignment check and accountability. This is a great way that when we start getting squirrel syndrome, because we're excited, I'm completely famous for squirrel syndrome, because I get an idea and I'm like, that would be fun and that would be powerful. And then it's like, yes, but does it align with the vision that you have of your mission? So I have to check myself. If you don't know your mission, that's another layer of work you're going to want to go back and do. But when I have my vision, right? So if you start all the way from scratch, go back to the number 1 of this vision series that I'm doing, listen into that, right? You have to have the vision and you want to check in alignment to make sure that that's going the way that you want it. And I do strongly recommend accountability, whether that's an accountability partner, business coaching, whatever it is, community, business community. I am in all sorts of spaces where people hold the energy and space with me to help kind of like, okay, is this in alignment? Is this where I'm going? I love my people that are really kind of coming in around me to help hold my feet to the fire. It can be very easy to get excited and off course. So we want to make sure we've got really wonderful people surrounding us that are like, hey, Jen, you know what? I think that's a great idea. I'm not sure that's in alignment with where you want to go right now. Okay, right? So you get my drift. Okay. Last, notice how it feels energetically. Now, for some of you are going to go, what? Right? Someone for sure just went, what the hell are you talking about? So listen, one of the things that's really important is that you actually listen and honor your body. You honor how your emotions are showing up. So energetically, when we talk about energy, what we mean is how it feels to us. Does it give me energy? Does it psych me up? Or do I feel exhausted, stressed, and strained by it? So you just watched me. Did you see what I did? When it's good, when it's bad. You just watched me give you a really simple, and I wasn't even planning that, example of what my body does when I'm excited. I sit up a little straighter. I'm leaning in. My voice has inflection, right? You're listening to my jazzed up about being a visionary, because I love being a visionary. It's one of my very freaking favorite things on the planet. So you're listening to the energy that you're showing up with. And is it good? Is it positive? Does your body feel at peace and enthusiastic and excited and ready to go in the best way? Or do you feel like you're constricted and tight and holding and nervous in your belly? So there's something to be said for leaning in and actually really trusting and listening to your body and how you show up to this. Because it's normal, my friends. If you're a visionary, it's normal to be a little scared. I'm going to tell you, I do a lot of shit that scares me. I put a lot of shit out there in the world that I have zero absolute wisdom that anything will come of it. Think about that, right? Visionaries get good at trusting the vision and then leaning in with the implementation, the ideas, and the energy of what's going to hold space that to come to fruition. If my idea doesn't come to fruition, it wasn't the right path at that time for me. And so there's this kind of relationship we get to have with our journey this way that's different. And I now trust that. So I just listen. When I feel like I'm being given something that it's like, Jen, I think you should run with this. If I start creating content and I get a really big idea, this is where I will still check myself. But I do trust that. Like if there's something that's showing up, I'm like, every woman needs this. Then every woman needs it. Like I listen to that intuitively. It's the reason why when I like outlined and revised the term vision, it was vast creation of information to support the intuition of your new direction, okay? Or your new year or your season. That's not an accident. Intuition is such a huge piece of this. I need to be able to trust myself and what is coming forward for me as a dream, that it is meant for me and it is meant for the people that I will serve. That's a service kind of mindset, right? So I'm being asked to do this because it's something that I can do. This is a unique thing that just Jennifer can do. Someone else could do it. They're going to do it in a different way, right? So we know that and we honor that. Like this is just, I'm being asked to do it in my way. This is how I want you to lean into this space. I want you to understand that energy is how you experience it. So if you're in a room with someone who's cranky, you know it. If you're in the room with someone who's excited and energetic and positive and flowing with great energy, you feel that. This is what we're getting at, that you want to actually do an energetic check. How do I feel with this plan? Does this feel good to me? Does this bring me joy and excitement? Does this feel like the right thing for me to be leaning into? Those are the kinds of things I want you to really check yourself, right? Okay, so that's kind of the idea of that energy piece that I know can be a little bit new for some people, that maybe you've not done your business or your journey this way. This is something to start leaning into. It's just a novel way to show up really connected to your vision. This is just, I'm boosting you, right? So what I want you to do is, I know a million people are going to talk about SMART goals and vision boards and all the things, right? That's great, right? There is a place for all of that. And I want to take you and just click you out of that normal lane and try to get you into in creating sort of a different way in a relationship with creating a plan for your vision. So again, one more time, I'm going to go through them because there's 4 pieces and I want to make sure you get all of them. 1, protect time and energy. That's the P. L stands for layout structure, the how. A, do an alignment check and add your accountability in there because I added that while we were on the roll today. N, notice how it feels energetically. Check yourself again. There's a lot of checking yourself. You're hearing me say this. Check yourself, check your energy, check with accountability. Does this feel good? Are you protecting your time? There's a lot of pieces that you're leaning into that are just a little bit different than a traditional approaching something as we go into a new year, a new season, or new quarter of our business, or whatever it might be. I want you to implement this idea of having a plan. Now listen, if you just heard me talking, you were like, right? And you're like, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, Jen, but I'm not sure where the hell to even start. Do me a solid. Reach out to me and let's set up a phone call. I am a no bullshit person. I'm not going to get on the phone and sell you my business from stem to stern. I'm going to serve you and make sure that you feel like you're getting some clarity so that if nothing else, you leave our time together feeling smarter, more prepared, and understanding some of these concepts so that you're ready to take your next steps. Whether that is with me or not, I will give you some recommendations, some tools and things to use to get you going in this very direction that I'm speaking of. So all you have to do is send me a private message. Hey, Jen, I'd love to take you up on a call. We will get on a Rise for Purpose call. I will send you the link and we're going to get in and we're going to spend at least an hour of time diving into where you want to go so that you can develop your own plan for moving forward with your vision. So just reach out to me. Like I said, I will send you the link and we're going to get you set up and we're going to get rolling to help you start to step into this space of having this vision for yourself. I want you to be a visionary. Okay, my friends, I am sending you blessings, love, and light. This is Jen signing off and supporting you on your rise, your path to purpose in midlife, living that best second half possible. See you next time.